Hi friends, welcome. I hope you're doing well today. The more perceptive among you may notice that I'm using the GoPro for the intro today. A lot of people don't like the fisheye look. I love a thoughtfully utilized fisheye look, but I'm here to share some photo walks with you. The first photo walk was me getting in my car, venturing into a canyon, taking advantage of some morning light, taking photos of cyclists, a lot of cyclists. I also went to a hilltop north of downtown Salt Lake City. Beautiful view of the valley. I really like this spot. Took some more photos of active people. And then I went to a suspension bridge. I found a suspension bridge here. And it's like a pedestrian one, not like a vehicle one. We don't have large enough bodies of water that need to be crossed here in Salt Lake City. So it was for people walking. Enjoy. Back in Utah, back in a canyon. It is 7:15. The canyon is cool. There is a cyclist coming. Two cyclists, in fact. We're going to capture their photo, I think with this rock as a background. This is all happening rather fast, so hopefully I have all my settings correct. Okay. This guy's in the shadow. Gonna walk over here, which is very important. I do not get hit by a car. Bit of a blind corner. Hi. How are you guys?
Good, how are you?
Good, doing well. A little bit of light play on the mountains in the background. Oh, we got a cyclist. Oh God, I'm falling. Oh, stupid car. Tight, maybe, huh? that was a little hectic. I went tight at the last minute. That was certainly not a prepared shot. I don't even know if I caught focus. I was like, crap, I gotta get that car out. See, when the cyclists are coming uphill, it's a very slow meandering process, which is helpful for setting up shot. When they're coming downhill, it's a different story. They're flying, and you have to be ready. You have to prepare your loins and your camera. But mostly your loins. If that car wasn't in the background, that shot could have been pretty interesting. He had a light on the front of his bike. He was in more of a shadowy area, and that would have set him apart in an aesthetically pleasing way. And that would have potentially been able to work in some of the brighter rocks in the background. But it didn't work that way. Might as well quit. I'm gonna get this lit up peak in the distance. Something interesting just happened. I originally made a shot landscape of that peak, and then I decided to flip it portrait. And when I did that, the photo became much more dramatic and exciting because I show the rest of the mountain in shadow against that peak. And it has a very daunting quality to it. Ansel would be proud. This spot is quite beautiful. There's a thing to pay attention to. I probably should not go further up the canyon. It's okay, we'll power it with the spirit of creativity. I've gone up in altitude and the temperature has dropped dramatically. Like, holy crap, I just realized I can see my breath. It's July. My phone has indicated that we are at an altitude of 7,300 feet. This particular tree is very frustrating because if you want to line up these trees in the background with that mountain perfectly, he is going to fight you. Now, it's not that I'm particularly interested in just working the trees and the mountain together. I like to work adventurous people into my shots, and I would be able to work in a cyclist right here with the trees on top of the mountain. I wear shorts and short sleeves. Anytime you're going into the mountains in Utah, you must bring everything that you own that can make you warm. Whoa, that's actually way more interesting than I thought it was gonna be. I guess with them silhouetted against the background, there's enough, which is bright, there's enough contrast there to make that work. I wasn't sure if I was gonna stay on their level or get down low, but I think getting down low really worked well. Good split-second decision. It's chilly. There's a shiver in my bosom. Overall, this spot is actually quite tricky for cyclist photos. I found that it's hard to get the road to be level and to get the background elements to align in a pleasing way, even though the background in general is quite beautiful. And when I say level in this context, I mean that I'm not pointing a little bit to the left and I'm not pointing a little bit to the right. I'm aligned with the road. This is a great example of what I'm talking about, where I would have a level road with the cyclist coming by, and I would have it aligning with the background of the trees and the further background of the mountain, but we have a tree here that is obstructing that. Interesting van. Okay, warm car, warm car. Hi. Good morning. Good morning. How are you?
I'm not gonna tell you. I need some 20s. You don't have 20s.
I have one.
Yeah.
We've come to another canyon. I'm going to take a photo of a cyclist in this spot. I've taken many photos in this spot. It's a good spot to take a photo. Great photo spot. So we shall patiently wait for a cyclist or other type of human to appear. Maybe I'll finally get that lawyer photo I've been waiting for. We have a cyclist approaching from below. Hopefully no cars get in my way. Yeah, get out of here. Ugh. That cyclist gave me a nice smile. Many of them will be quite interactive with the camera. I took this one a while back. Good contrast. You guys see that smoke? I think it might be a wildfire, knowing where I live. Going to investigate. I think I was wrong, guys. My initial impression was that it was far away and huge. It seems to be close and smaller. Looks like a structure fire, perhaps. The smoke appears to be more white now, which means they're probably putting it out, which is good. Let's do a little off-roading. Oh my gosh, a snake is going to eat my face. The brush is getting thicker. I don't think this is going to work. Balls. Okay, friends, I'm not supposed to do this, but I think I can fit through here. I think I'll be able to see. This is an active highway. Oh wow, it was a wildfire. I was right. Just a small one. Holy crap. Looks like a brush fire.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I was watching it from my building. I'm like, what is?
Yeah.
I thought it was one of these buildings going on.
Right. Yeah, I guess it made its way up the side here. I don't know if a car started it or something like that, but maybe a cigarette, you know, never know.
Oh.
There we go, guys. We've learned the nature of the fire. From here, we will now transition to another morning photo walk. It was a rather overcast morning. I made my way to a hill north of Salt Lake City. Beautiful overview, a path going around the perimeter of the hill. Nice vantage points on that path to choose from. And it's a lemon that I have not squozen completely yet. And I like spots like that. Hi, everyone. I just climbed up this hill. This is the Salt Lake Valley. That is Salt Lake City. Let's wait for someone to join us for a photo. When I woke up, one of the first things I noticed was that it was cloudy outside. It looked like it was going to be potentially rainy, but it's clearing up. It's still rather overcast. Also, if my finger looks yellow, I don't know if you guys can see that. That's turmeric. I put it on my eggs. Hey James, do you see the disease on your hands? Maybe go to a physician. One of the things that I suspected would happen here this morning is happening, which is the fact that it's not very busy. So I might have to deploy a bit more patience. And who knows, nothing might work. There might not be a single interesting person to grace this path in front of me this morning, but that's how it goes. Oh, that's exciting. It's a hurricane. All at once, that's how these things go. try to talk to you guys while the wind is not insane. One of the things that made the feet walker photos when they were coming through this spot right here with the downtown in the background was they had their back turned to me, which didn't quite work. I think if they were spun around and I could see their facial expression and maybe there was some more separation between the two, that would have worked a little better. In general, they stayed pretty close to each other, which can work, but can also create problems. But did you notice how there was this big dead period and then all of a sudden a cluster of photo opportunities all at once? This happens to me consistently. Yeah. This is why I come to a spot, stand in said spot for a long time, and then return to the spot over and over and over. I'm trying to master the location. My wife started a broadcast.
Hi, James. It was one of our first.
Sup, wife? You go, sir. With my photos, I like to tell stories of people who are pushing themselves, and that man was breathing in a manner that indicates that he was pushing himself. Okay, I'm gonna reposition. I might hang out here for a second. We have a path in the foreground for a subject. And in the background, we have some mountains with some leftover snow from winter. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, lovely sunny day.
Yeah, great. Might get some liquid sunshine.
Yeah, that's right. Pretty wide separation between the subject and the background. So that might be a little bit tricky, but we'll see how it goes. Yeah, something like that. This spot definitely has some potential. This spot is potentially potentialist. Ah, this is fun. I just noticed that Mount Olympus, which is my favorite mountain in the valley, is directly behind that tree. So it's the morning. Evening light would really be advantageous for the spot because the sun would be coming from that way, hitting the hill, lighting up the subject here. And then, you know, the mountains in the background would play in a different way than they're playing now. How's it going?
Great, how are you?
Good. Beautiful sunny day.
Yes. I bet you get some nice shots with this light.
Oh yeah, it's quite nice. It's quite nice. It's it's flat enough that you can be a little bit dynamic with it. Works well, but it's definitely nice in the evening too when the sun's over there hitting the hill right here with cyclists coming by and stuff like that. It looks quite good. Yeah.
Well, some of those rain clouds out there would be
absolutely
neat.
I wish I had a longer lens with me. It'd be really nice.
Did some good ones.
I'll try. Have a good day. You guys like my joke?
Beautiful sunny day.
Okay, I'm going to vacate this spot, but I'm definitely coming back here. There's an issue I will run into sometimes when going out for a photo walk, and that is I won't plan it well enough. I will go to a location or series of locations, which involves me driving my car, and I end up just wasting gas and spending some time with myself and my thoughts, which is nice, but I like to have photos at the end of my photo walk, and I like to have something to share with you guys. So this can become very frustrating. It is something I've always wrestled with. I am trying to do better about that. And one of the things that really helps me in planning is before I ever leave the house, I go on Google Maps. It's a great tool for if you're trying to go on a photo walk that is successful in the end. Google Maps, fantastic. I found a suspension bridge that you can walk across. It goes across a small canyon, and it looked like it would be a good place to go take photos of people, active people on a trail, beautiful light at the evening time. And so I went out at the evening time and took photos with beautiful light of people on the trail, and it was rather successful. I even found a couple of horses at the end. Hi everyone. I'm on my way to a suspension bridge. It's it's called the Golden Gate Bridge. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it. A lot of people think it's in San Francisco for some reason. Those people are dumb. Fire danger, moderate. So I should only be moderately concerned that I'm going to catch on fire today. I am currently fearing for my life, moderately. This is already a fantastic view. Wow. Let's do a little F-22. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This is it. We're doing it. I've been loving a good starburst lately. Gotta make sure I'm going the right way. Don't want to end up in Yekaterinburg. Not again. In case you guys are wondering, I had a grilled chicken breast and a sweet potato for dinner. Oh wait, is this it? I'm thinking I need to go that way. Bridge loop. Oh, it goes that way and that way. I'm perplexed. Let me check my maps. Face ID. It struggles when I have sunglasses on. By the way, I have some sunglasses on my face that are new. They were $10, and the lenses tint when I see warm. I love it. Okay, it appears as if I could go either way. This way looks like it might be easier. Oh, phone call. Hi.
Hey, quick question.
Okay.
We have Amazon Prime. We have money in our Amazon card, like our gift card.
Buy it all. So like I said, these glasses give my vision a sort of warm and kind of filmic quality. And I have a theory. I think it might help me take better photos because it helps me see the beauty and the way that the light is playing on things around me a little more than I would with my regular eyes. When I look out across these neighborhoods peppered with trees without the glasses on, it looks like it normally does. But when I put on the glasses, I see things a little bit differently. I'm looking at how the sunlight is hitting that intersection and those power lines and the trees all around it. It's beautiful. It makes me think, if I can see this here, that was me by the way, not you. If I could see this here, I could do something in Lightroom to make it come alive in the same way. Huh, fascinating. Fascinating! Fascinating! I see the bridge. There's a path right there that's being restored. Maybe there's another way. I hope I don't have to go back. I looked at maps and I realized I have to go back. I could go through the restoration area, but I don't feel good about doing that. But that's a bunch of balls because this is wasting time and I don't have endless sunlight. But as my grandmother always said, when life gives you balls, you juggle them. Great advice. So here's something interesting. We're on a path called Bonneville Shoreline Trail. And you may be curious why the title of the trail has the word shoreline in it, considering there's no body of water to create a shoreline. That's because they believe that 10,000-15,000 years ago, there was a giant lake that filled this entire valley. The Salt Lake, current Salt Lake, which is that way, is a mere remnant of that lake, much like a puddle at the bottom of your bathtub after you drain it. So this whole valley used to be filled with water, and it created shorelines on the mountains. And if you look down the sides of the mountains from a distance, you can see the shorelines. It's amazing. This trail follows that shoreline, goes all the way up and down the valley. I have a decision to make. You can either go that way and follow the trail, which involves a bunch of switchbacks. This trail is actually much longer than the other one would have been. Or I could go up this hill, leave the path, get a little bit winded, but skip some of that perhaps, or it could go horribly wrong. But adventure is the way, as my grandmother always said. Okay, a little bit steep. I still have traction. Oh my gosh, it's chaotic. I could go that way or I could go this way, which will let me off this steep bit quicker. I hope I save time doing this. I think this worked. Oh yeah, the trail's right there. Yes. Okay, made it to the path. This is good. There are places in Utah where I feel like I'm in the Serengeti. Cyclist. Okay, the peace sign gesture was fantastic. The problem is that the hand is overlapping the face. If the hand was forward a little bit and there was some separation, then it would have worked. But I don't think this one's gonna be a keeper. Oh yeah, you guys got the right idea.
Yeah.
Ugh, I hate kids. Unless they're productive, you know? I like the way they used to do it. Kid pops out, send it to the factory, make some yarn or some silk, come home after a 16-hour day, sit down, have a play with some Legos, some old wooden Legos from that era, because they didn't have Legos back. Lincoln Logs. It's my assumption that every kid until 1960 exclusively played with Lincoln Logs, from then all the way back to, you know, when Lincoln was born and he invented them. Am I talking too much? Okay, guys, this is it. Golden Gate Bridge. Wow. Definitely bigger than I thought it would be. Seems like there's quite a few vantage points to shoot this bridge from that are accessible, which is fantastic. Got a cyclist? Nice. I think that's a keeper. I'm sitting where I am because there's a bush here that provides me shade so I don't get burnt. Thank you for your service, bush. Gets poison ivy. I just had a terrible thought. It's almost sunset and the bridge is getting more and more saturated with people, primarily teenage girls. At this spot, I'm a bit more squared up with the bridge, but there's some foliage. Nice. Put the green dot right over the top of the bridge. Perhaps I should actually go on the bridge. What an interesting sensation. Holy crap. How's it going? This is just all right. Okay, that was, oh my gosh, there are horses.
Did you pull you out breathalyze you or no? That seems, I feel like they definitely do that. Well, yeah, what's up? So they're
Okay, friends, that was successful. I got some exercise, got some alone time. It was educational. I got to experience suspension bridge physics firsthand. It vibrated into my feet, up through my loins, into my bosom. I got to learn about the social dynamics of teenage girls. When you put them all together, they scream. We will need to study them further to know why. But I feel good. Look at this. That is it for this one. I hope you found it inspirational. If you have any questions about my process, please leave them in the comments. I will be happy to engage with you. Might even make it into a video. If you enjoyed this video, if you hit the like button, it lets me know you appreciated it, and I appreciate that. And if you subscribe, it will make you a very neat person. I hope you have a lovely day. Goodbye.